You heard from the whistleblowers in our last segment, and now we want to give you a different perspective on Paxton's acquittal. State Senator Paul Bettencourt is one of the 6 members who voted to throw all the charges out before the trial started. He spoke with Ryan Chandler and pushed back on accusations that political pressure influenced the Senate's decision.
I heard that you had taken issue with some of your Democratic colleagues' characterizations of what was going on during deliberations. They have asserted that there may have been some pressure from the lieutenant governor and some political influence on the lieutenant governor himself. What do you make of those concerns?
That's just absolute baloney. And here's why. It's hogwash. It never happened. It's propaganda. It's not real. I'm trying to give all these adjectives to make it real clear because the lieutenant governor, he firewalled himself off. He said, you can't talk to me, weeks in advance. And unfortunately, a rumor got started. I've actually tracked it as far back as the Wall Street Journal, the editorial the day after the election, that said the fix was in. Lieutenant governor called and lobbied all the members. He didn't do it. It's not real. No, there's no senator that will say that. In fact, the Texas Republican Senate caucus put out a statement to that effect. Individual senators have said that, and even people that have been arguing with Lieutenant Governor have said that because it's not real. This is part of the swirl that occurred. Quite frankly, in the media, it's not based on any fact or supposition of fact that I understand.
Can you admit that at least the appearance of impropriety is there when we have, senators with histories with the defendant or taking campaign donations from favorable parties to the defendant? You called for some constitutional amendments to be made in order to change the way we do impeachment.
Sure.
Do you think that some changes need to be made in how people may be able to influence the process or appear to influence the process?
Well, first off, the statement that Texas Senate Republican caucus made is that we were not influenced. That's our statement in writing. That's a vote of 90% of those members agreed to that statement, and more importantly, there's no one saying that they were called by lieutenant governor or lobbied or influenced. And so I have to reject that and just go back to what really occurred. The votes that people made were uniquely their own. And it was based upon what we believe, or at least I think the vast majority of the senators believe, that there's just not evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. And that's why the verdict came out, because it just doesn't meet beyond a reasonable doubt standard.
As Ryan mentioned, Senator Bettencourt wants to amend the Texas Constitution to change the way future impeachments are conducted. His proposals include minimum time standards to allow for reviewing evidence and requiring the House to cross-examine witnesses.
If the objective is to address any type of violent crime, I'm not sure how the practices that we're seeing right now are meeting that objective.
DPS patrols in Austin lead to more arrests, and that's creating a backlog in court. We investigate the concerns and explore a possible solution. Governor Abbott tries something new to pressure the federal government to take action at the border, how he's looking for unlikely allies to help the cause.